So, Celtic legend Paul Pierce recently said this. What's going on with the Brooklyn Nets? I think it's time to start an AD for KD rumors right now. Now, obviously, the Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets are both struggling mightily, right? Both teams are a combined 1-10 on the season. Lakers haven't won a game yet. So, Brooklyn's only won one game. It's a mess on both sides. And they're both bad for different reasons entirely, right? And both teams very likely at some point this season are going to need to shake it up. And a lot of the thought process is that Kyrie Irving is going to go to the Lakers at some point, right? Kyrie wanted to go this offseason. The word is that he's going next season. So you think if the Nets can't turn it around, at some point, they're very likely going to say, all right, we need to unload Kyrie Irving. Let's get something back for Kyrie. So if you could work that out, great. Lakers, whatever, it's a 3-team deal, 1-team deal, just straight up swap picks, whatever. Nonetheless, at the end of the day, that is very likely in the trajectory we are heading. And then the Brooklyn Nets will very likely hit the reset button, trade Kevin Durant, maybe this same time or in the offseason, because I just don't see the Nets having this season turned around. They're just very terrible defensively. Ben Simmons is not the guy that they had hoped he would be. This team can't really score outside of Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. TJ Warren and Seth Curry. Well, Seth Curry's back, but TJ Warren isn't saving the day. The guy hasn't played in 18 months. There's no heroes, right? I mean, the Lakers, they have Dennis Schroeder and Thomas Bryant out, but those two guys aren't saving the Lakers, right? They're both in a bad spot. It's like, if you could just take them and combine them, then they'd probably have the best team in the league. So what if the Lakers and the Nets did some maneuvering, right? Anthony Davis for Kevin Durant, right? What do the Nets do with Kyrie Irving? Do they still trade Kyrie Irving to the Lakers, or do they just trade Kevin Durant? Trade Kevin Durant for Anthony Davis and maybe the 2 firsts, right? I mean, you could get a worse deal than that if you're the Nets. You get a guy that if he could stay healthy, which is the problem, that's the real concern, is health. If he can stay healthy, then you still got, a top 5 to 10 guy in the league. And to be fair, Anthony Davis has played more games than Kevin Durant the last 3 seasons. So for those that are like, there's no way, Brooklyn, why would they do that? Anthony Davis is injury prone, Mr. Street Clothes. Well, so is Kevin Durant the last 3 years. Literally, go look it up. Anthony Davis has played more games the last 3 years than Kevin Durant has. So, they're both street clothes. So you're basically swapping street clothes for street clothes. The only difference is now you got that power forward center that you could play with Ben Simmons. And then maybe you could trade Kyrie. Maybe you could work out a multi-team deal. Again, Brooklyn could do worse than Anthony Davis and 2 first-round picks. Now, personally, I think if they were going to trade Kevin Durant, they very likely would want to go younger. But how many deals are out there? The problem was the Nets couldn't find a deal in the offseason. Teams knew, you got to trade him. He wants out. We're not giving you the farm. So if there is no deal out there better than Anthony Davis, then maybe you do it. Not just that, Anthony Davis is on a much shorter deal than Kevin Durant. So, if it doesn't work out and you at some point want to hit the reset button and blow it up, you could probably trade Anthony Davis, get some assets. He's an expiring deal. There's things, not saying he's an expiring deal this season, but after next season he is. And so, maybe the Nets could work out and kind of, restructure, try to figure things out. Maybe they could move Ben Simmons, although I think that would be really tough. And I think that he is currently, unless he steps it up, is probably unplayable. But you'd have Anthony Davis, you'd have Ben Simmons to kind of build around. Maybe you could still trade Kyrie, right? Maybe you trade Westbrook and Davis for Kyrie and KD. That's a trade that has been rumored for some time. Now, if I'm being honest and fair, I don't think it makes a lot of sense to Brooklyn, especially the Westbrook deal. But what if you could work it out to where you got a multi-team deal, right? Let's say if you're the Brooklyn Nets and that the Pacers deal is on the table, right? You aren't in a position to lose this season, right? So why not win now, right? So if you're the Nets, why not go to the Lakers and say, okay, tell you what, we'll trade you Kyrie and KD, but we want Anthony Davis and we want you to go get the Buddy Hield and Miles Turner deal, right? You go get those two. So now you turn Kyrie and KD into Buddy Hield, Miles Turner, Anthony Davis. That might be a little more enticing than, Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis. And then, Miles Turner, if Miles Turner and Anthony Davis can work in the front court, great. If they can't, then, Miles Turner is an expiring contract. You can kind of just let him walk, and you were going to lose Kyrie anyway. The only difference is this frees up a little more cap space. So, the problem is that if the Nets just let Kyrie walk, they're screwed. They have no assets to go and trade for anybody else. They have no cap space to go and sign somebody else to replace Kyrie. They would be cap strapped, right? Because you have Ben Simmons, Kevin Durant, Joe Harris, things like that. But if you could maybe work out a deal to where maybe you unload Joe Harris and maybe you're sending out Joe Harris, Kyrie, and KD, and you're working out a multi-team deal, and you're getting back, Anthony Davis and Miles Turner. Now you got, your twin towers to pair with all your shooters that the team has, and maybe you're basically swapping Buddy Hield for, Joe Harris, or you just say, no, you can keep Miles Turner. Go ahead, keep Miles Turner. And now you just freed up, $20 million in cap space if you're the Nets. So now you got Ben Simmons, Anthony Davis. Maybe this offseason you can go, can get somebody else to come, maybe that could work out. I don't know. I'm saying the possibility is there. If I'm being honest, is it going to happen? Very likely not. I do think Kyrie to the Lakers is a real possibility. I think Kyrie to the Lakers is looking more and more likely every day, if I'm being honest. But Kevin Durant, you got to ask yourself, does Kevin Durant want to go to the Lakers also? I don't think Kevin Durant wouldn't want to go to the Lakers. I just don't think he'd want to go to the Lakers with LeBron James. Because if Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving go to the Lakers are going to win the championship this year, and that is going to be all the talk. Because right now, the Lakers already have a top 3 to 5 defense in the league. Now, imagine swapping out Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook and getting Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. All of your scoring just was solved. Kevin Durant is still a solid defender, so you're not losing the defense there. You're good. I mean, they're winning a championship. LeBron James, Kyrie, and Anthony Davis, they're winning a championship. Now, that doesn't mean that they'll win, multiple, but I wouldn't rule it out, right? I mean, this is like a dream deal for the Lakers. You basically turn Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving into, Kevin Durant and, turn Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook, into Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. I mean, what more could you ask for? I think they're winning the championship this year. I think they turn it around. Because you got to keep in mind, Kyrie and LeBron have already played together. They have a relationship. KD and Kyrie have already played together, and they have a relationship. LeBron is such a unselfish, guard. He could play the point guard for them. It would be seamless. It'd be a seamless fit. This team would be insanely good. I mean, Kyrie, KD, LeBron James, with all of their defense, all of their other guys just playing defense, you just need those other guys to contribute, to a percentage. Now, health and games played is still a concern, but if these guys show up and they play, you're good. As long as you're healthy come playoff time, these three are good enough to win you a championship, hands down. But again, I don't think it'd make a lot of sense for the Brooklyn Nets. I think if you're Brooklyn and you're going to trade Kevin Durant, you're better off trying to go younger. If the Celtics deal is on the table, if you're Brooklyn, I would rather I'd still like the Miles Turner for Kyrie Irving. I do like that for the Brooklyn Nets. So ideally, if I was the Nets, I would try to work something out where I'm sending KD, if I could get Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart plus White for Kevin Durant, throw in a couple firsts, whatever. But those players, if I could get them, I'm calling the Lakers and I'm saying, hey, we're going to trade you Kyrie Irving right now, but we need you to go trade your 2 firsts to go get Miles Turner. Because the firsts don't help you right now. And you're not a team that can tank. And if you could go get Miles Turner, if you could turn Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving into Miles Turner, Derek White, Marcus Smart, and Jaylen Brown, you're probably a top 5 defense in the league. Because think about it, you'd have Ben Simmons, Marcus Smart, Miles Turner, Seth Curry, and Jaylen Brown. You have perimeter defense, you have 3-point shooting, you have shot blocking, you have you're probably a top 5 defense in the league. You're probably just as good, if not better, scoring the basketball. I think the Nets would actually be better than the team they are now, which is crazy to think, because the Nets on paper might be the best team, but they just are terrible. They can't stop anybody. Nobody else can really score outside of KD and Kyrie. They're carrying the workload. Ben Simmons is not very good. I think that they're a disaster and a mess. I think the Lakers are as well. And, you know, if this is ever even a thought, like if this is ever even a possibility and you're the Lakers, you do it. I would trade Anthony Davis for Kevin Durant 10 times out of 10 times. I just think you got to. I mean, if you could pull this off, you're winning a championship. You're winning at least one championship before LeBron leaves. You should probably win 2 or 3. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think? Again, I don't think this is ever going to happen. I just want to make that clear. I just want people to, because I know I'm still gonna get comments because there's people that just don't really listen to the video. So I know I'm still gonna get comments of people that are like, that would never happen, and you're gonna know who those people are. So it's gonna be hilarious. But nonetheless, again, let me know your thoughts. Like, would you do this deal? Like, let's say it's on the table again, just a fun hypothetical conversation. If it was on the table, would you do it or would you not? You know, do you think Kyrie, KD would be too much of a headache? Do you think, no, you keep Anthony Davis, just go get Kyrie? Do you think, like, no, keep, you don't want Kyrie, just go get Kevin Durant? However you feel, whatever you think, good, bad, ugly, somewhere in between. Love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below.